live stream in a while. I've been doing quite a bit on my crochet channel, which means that this kind of tends to come second. And yeah, it's just the fall has been an interesting time to say the least. But today I'm having a holiday party over on my crochet channel, 7 p.m. Pacific, and I am going to be doing makeup for that holiday party. Now, it wouldn't be any kind of party that I had if I didn't do the most for it, and it's going to be kind of like a alternative theme. Now, what that means is like pretty much like anything. And so I've been thinking about how I want to do my makeup for this, whether or not I want to go kind of like more like trad goth, like Susie and the Banshees, Susie Sue, like those types of makeup looks, whether or not I want to do something more emo or like scene or just like kind of any of like those looks that I kind of grew up with, that are like a little bit lower maintenance and like not as specific about what they are. They're just kind of, you know, dark or like bright. No, I didn't do a lot of like I would not say that I was a scene kid. I listened to like a lot of the same music growing up, but like I would definitely fell more in like the emo bracket and of things. But I've always really liked bright colored makeup, and I feel like that really aligns with scene makeup, and everything that I have been, you know, paying attention to for a long time. I like gothic things, but I never like did much goth makeup like when I was growing up. So I'm kind of I don't really know what I want to do, and I'm kind of hoping that I will figure it out as I go. So I think one thing, so my skin is freshly washed and moisturized, but I'm still having like some not great skin days. So whatever I slather on this mug is going to have to cover up quite a bit. I'm going to go big because I have time for it. I say that and then I'll run out of time, but that's just how it is. Yeah, so I think that I could cover my brows and go thinner with them. That's kind of what my instinct is telling me to, or I could end them and not have them be as long. And that's kind of what I would want to do first if I was going to go that route. So I am going to go grab an alcohol wipe really quickly so that I can start prepping my brows. So 1 second. Okie dokie. So, alcohol wipe. I don't have any primer or anything on my skin right now. And I'm probably only gonna, I don't know. I feel like because I just don't have that, a lot of, my brows aren't very full. I feel like I could keep them as is and it would be just fine. I'd feel like the whole like extremely like penciled in, like think like Evanescence, like early Evanescence brows. Like I feel like I don't need to do that, even though they are really cool. But for me, like whenever I try to do like pencil thin brows, it's really, really hard to get them even, which I think that makes me a human because I think most people have a difficult time keeping them even. So I've used my alcohol wipe. I'm gonna let that dry. All of my fans are over there and I'm just too lazy to go get them. So I'm just gonna do this even though Maybe I'll grab that in a second. So I'm going to use my trusty glue, and I think I'm going to go straight on the brow. I feel like that's going to look good no matter where I decide to go with it. And I'm only going to cover the, what do I want to cover? I'm going to cover like a little bit more than half of my brow on the outside so that I can get like a smooth transition. So I'm going to go backwards to really get all of the sides covered, and then kind of just like that. Boop, 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 boop. And then push my brows up to get them smooth against my skin. I don't know, I'm like bracing myself against my door frame, like so, like this is. This one laid down a lot more, a lot easier. I don't know why I can't like form words today. Okay, let me go grab my fan, just because it's dramatic and I love it. So, 1 second. One of the reasons I turn my camera off when I'm moving around is just because I have so much in my room that I would just like to cover. It's easier that way. Squeaky fan. It says Tomb Sweet Tomb. It glows in black light. I got it at LA Comic Con, and it's so pretty. But oh my gosh, so squeaky. The squeakiest fan I've ever owned. That really pulled my arch up quite a bit. So we're going to want this to be completely dry. So while this dries, I'm going to put my face primer on. And I already know what foundation I'm going to use, because kind of no matter which direction I go, I feel like this will be the best foundation for it. So I will going to use these two primers. So I'm going to take the one size, secure the blur, and put some long fingers. My face is like super hot. Make sure to avoid the brows. And then I'm going to take the MAC Studio Fix Mattifying. And I'm only going to take this on the places where my makeup starts to break up or gets really shiny with oil. And this helps out with that. Because I am an oily dude. What is everyone up to this evening? Just kind of like pressing it in. So I got those two puppies on there. Okay, so now that my brows are dry, I'm going to use another layer. Now, I'm not going to go both ways so I don't pick them up from where I've glued them down in the previous round. So we're just going to go over them like this. Nice thick layer. I'm gonna like take it apart together again because it's the squeakiest fan of all time. Why are you so squeaky? Rude. There we go. So I feel like if I have the time and if I've got the patience, I might as well go like full out and then do like some kind of high contrast goth look. I do want color. I like having color in my makeup looks. It's always something that's always been like a huge facet of my makeup style. Is just trying to jam as much color onto something as I can. So I feel like I could do like a color, like a colored goth look, so it's not just black and white, and that could be really fun. Or something more on like the scene, you know. Like I think that like when a lot of people think of goth and alternative looks, a lot of people just think of black and white, and I understand that, but I do think that a lot of makeup looks and styles have a lot more to offer than just black and white. I think that black and white are super great and they're classics for a reason, and they look good. But I think that there's a lot of like you can't be a goth, you can't be an emo, you can like whatever, like if you have like color involved, and I just don't think that that's true and hasn't been true for like a really for any amount of time, but it's definitely not been true for a long time. And so updating our expectations of what these different styles can look like. And you might think, who cares about what people think about this? This is super outdated. And to which I respond, I don't give a shit what you think. Almost there. Now, I do want to wait to do my foundation until everything's ready, because what I'm going to do to cover up the end of my brow is I'm going to use some Clown White, and I'm going to put that over the end of my brow, and then I'm going to put my foundation color all over it, so that the Clown White is kind of toned down from how bright it is naturally, even though I'm so fair that like literally like this color is, I think it's like the second lightest color that House Labs has, and House Labs has like a literal white. Hey Crystal, welcome in. So this is the color A15. This is fair warm, so it's really freaking light, really freaking light. Okay, so that's got some more squeaky fan. Crystal, does your fan squeak? Mine squeaks. It's bothering the shit out of me. I feel so like I think the problem is like the pin that holds it together, like all the wooden pieces together, it's like a little bit long, and so it's giving some mobility. Like there's some potential like mobility to it, and so that's making it squeak, 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 squeak. But then like sometimes like right now it's like better and it's fine, but I don't know. The squeaking is not my preferred way of doing things. I think I'm just gonna start playing on my face and like hope that like some style or aesthetic starts making its way clear because I really just don't. I don't have any plans, and I'm not gonna make any because I'm too lazy for that. Okie dokie. Next, I'm going to do my final layer of glue where I do my glue and my powder. This is when I get rid of some transphobic powder. And if you're like, what does that mean? I don't want to explain it, but there's some companies that I no longer support that I supported at one point. And you find out things about the company and you go, okay, well, I'm not going to support them anymore. Cool story, right? I'm trying to find. I was hoping to find a powder puff or like a sponge, but I can't find one. So we're going to use a cotton pad. So because it's my glue stick, I'm going to lick it. Otherwise, you could just get it wet. Always tastes like childhood. I'm just kidding. I mean, I didn't really lick. I didn't lick glue sticks as a kid, but if you did, this will taste like your childhood, I suppose. And because it's washable glue, it starts to break down a little bit with the moisture. And then you're gonna just start stamping powder into it. I hate this fucking powder anyways. It's nice when you stop using a brand for a specific reason, but you didn't like the products in the first place, so it just works out that way. Karmic justice. Got some cut in that. Yeah, get all that loose. So this is why we don't use cotton pads for that. But that's enough. All we need to do is get rid of any stickiness and completely cover that glue. So now I look like I have like the tiniest little brows in all the land. I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and get rid of any excess. Yeah, yeah, that was my first time trying that, and I see why it's not a thing. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to take some clown white. So clown white is a very pigmented white. There's a lot of other white foundations and things now that are, people are using instead of clown white. So you can't get your hands on it. There's a lot of other things, white foundation, white color corrector, other color correctors that will do a good job depending on like what color. You have to change the color depending on what's underneath it. White's kind of just like a neutral one that people will pick. So gonna take some of this white up and I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand to kind of heat it up and thin it out a little bit. It's still so pigmented that it's gonna show up very, very white, but thinning it out and heating it up is gonna help it kind of go over the area a little bit better. But I'm just gonna kind of tap it in the area that I want it. Because I don't want to pick up the brow underneath it. I wish I knew where my brush spray was right off the top of my head. When do I ever know what's going on over here, though? Let's be honest. Okay, so going to start, and again, I primed my face, and I'm just going to go in with this Haus Labs. Now this is already like on the lighter side for me. It's still my color, just like light, because I am I'm a freaking ghost apparently. But I like, how do I get this color? I don't know. And I know because I'm like extra red right now, it's extra crazy to see. But yeah, this is actually my color. So I noticed on the internet, as I have paid attention to the makeup trends going on right now, and a lot of people are moving away from using sponges to apply their makeup. Not everyone, but a lot of people. I'm starting to see a lot of people move towards brushes to apply their foundation. And so it's been interesting to see people move back, and then also see because like that's that's what everyone did before Beauty Blender came out. And unless they were doing like professional makeup, then they were using disposable sponges and stuff like that. And so it's been interesting to see like techniques evolve in different beauty tools evolve in that space, because I feel like the brushes that a lot of us were using or trying to use before people were using beauty blenders were just the worst. They were so bad. And you would just get this really streaky makeup. And so with a combination of new brushes that people use, and then like the fact that people use them differently, I feel like it's been cool to see the resurgence of makeup brushes. And like, as you know, when you do makeup on someone, it's definitely more ideal to use brushes. Brushes are easier to clean, so they're more hygienic, which is always going to be like the main thing that you worry about when you are doing someone else's makeup. And and then they don't stain as much. Like, getting some foundations out of beauty blenders has been like the bane of my existence. So it's been cool to see people start to use brushes again. I don't always like using brushes, but I do like this foundation with a brush. I feel like with its formulation, because Haus Labs, like a lot of foundations, they're really trying to put a lot of skincare ingredients into their product. And I feel like when you use a wet beauty blender, I feel like the way it sucks up the product and like the skincare ingredients, it just kind of leaves it leaves it in a very weird state. So I like that. I like using a brush, like especially for this foundation. It does take longer. There's no denying that. So see, I just put a little bit of foundation over the white so it can tone down the white just a little bit. Still very light, but not crazy. Trying to figure out where my beauty blender is so that I can do like the last minute like blending. I don't have really any brush streaks, but I want to make sure that I can get rid of them. Also, I do find that going over everything at the end with a sponge does help get rid of any excess that you might have. I'm just going to use a disposable sponge. And these little ones take for freaking ever. Even if you go like super fast like this, it's just... I think I'm going to go in and do a cream highlight with this white, just because I feel like it would look really good. And be very cohesive. But yeah, taking the sponge, like, so you can see how much product is coming off. It's not a ton, but it's just like, it's the stuff that's not going to sit on the skin super well anyways. So this just helps remove the excess. It's also good if you crease in like under your eyes or like in these lines. It'll start taking away some excess product. Well, I wonder wonder what I'm gonna do with my mustache. I gotta remember to do something. I shaved my beard the other day, but kept my mustache because I was like, we can work with this. What's growing under here? Like, it's gonna take some time. Okay, so wait. And I'm just mixing that with the foundation that I have on the back of my hand so that, again, it does the toning. So mix the two. Just gonna tap it around, do my little sponge thing. Okay, so now we have that brightness where I want it. And I think that I might want to do like a cream contour, but not quite sure. Trying to think of the way that I want to do this. There's a couple ways that you can do this. You can take warmer tones or things that would be like bronzier tones, and you can add a green element to them. And that ashiness of the green is going to turn that, it's going to counteract the orange in the bronzer. And so it's going to make it more ashy and gray. You can also take your skin tone and you can add gray to it directly for a really cool toned contour. But what I'm not sure of is what I want. Where would my contour be? I have a lot of makeup to keep track of. I'll be honest, it's a lot. Like, woe is me, I know. Okay, so I can't find my liquid or what I want to use in place of that. So I'm going to powder everything. Just open that right from my pants. Oh, so much powder. This is the powder I actually like. It actually does what I need it to. And as far as I know, isn't run by dickheads. So now I'm going to be using translucent powder. So there is like a beige tint to it. You can use a no color powder, Also, if I had it within reach, which I don't, and I'm once again lazy, there I do have some white powder, white setting powder that would be really nice on this too, but whatever. So because everything is like very creamy and very like wet, I'm going to stamp it rather than just like brushing it on. I really want to make sure that all of the powder gets, or all of the cream gets coated. So this is where you start to look really crusty and dusty. Now, if you're not going for as white, like dusty, like look like this, if you have pretty much any amount of melanin in your skin, doing a no color powder or doing a powder, a translucent powder that's more your skin tone will avoid this kind of like chalky, dusty, ashy look. The only reason I can get away with it is because I'm so fair. So just something to keep in mind. Unfortunately, those translucent powders are like a little bit more searching and trying to find, but they do exist, and there's a lot more now than there used to be. But it's still, still something you gotta search for. You can't always buy the same products, unfortunately. One more thing that I have to be annoyed about the makeup industry. Don't get me started. I could rant and rave for a millennia. And I have, and literally everyone I know who knows how strongly I feel about these things is like, shut the fuck up and get it. But lots of powder. I just breathed out and there's just a steady stream of powder. Okay. So any place that you get oily, I do recommend baking. I know that there's kind of a split in the makeup community about whether or not baking is effective and people like doing it and all this stuff. Me, I've always found that if I didn't do it on the places where I get oily, I do see my makeup deteriorate more quickly. So any places that I am dry or I'm normal in skin type, I take my makeup off quickly, or just at a reasonable pace. And then anywhere that it doesn't last as long because of oil, baking or leaving a heavy amount of powder there does really make a difference. Even with as much powder as I have on and like stage makeup and everything like that, like this makeup is just a really beautiful, like naturally. I always get hesitant to say radiant because like as someone with acne and with texture, like I stay away from anything that says radiant, like with a 10-foot pole, and I still find that this foundation is nice. I still have to work really hard to keep it on just like everything else, but yeah, I really like it. Okie dokie. So I forgot. I guess that's the new one. They look the same. So because I'm going to go straight in and do my eyes, I'm going to go ahead and put a lot of powder underneath there just so it can catch any fallout from my eye makeup. I don't do this as much anymore, but every once in a while, the mood strikes, I guess. So the mood is striking. There's so much powder. Okay, so we're gonna prime the eyes. Making sure we get any excess powder off. And then just tap it. This will help kind of get things sticky again. And if you crease, if your eye shadow creases because you have hooded eyes, small eyes, mature eyes, anything like that, this will really help with that. Oily lids. Some people do not need eye primer. They've never needed an eye primer, and that's okay. I do think that it will help your makeup show up more pigmented, no matter what your eye shape is. But some people don't need it to, their makeup doesn't crease. So you do you. I feel like we could make a game out of like how many times I say do you or something to that effect. So I've got this like dark green that I think I'm gonna use and try to kind of do this like blown out, like huge, like smoky wing thing. I don't know. And keep in mind that where I normally would have my eyebrow, like I literally just have touched my eyebrow, but now that I move my eyebrow up and I'm gonna do a straight eyebrow, I'm gonna have so much more lid space, which means I can kind of do whatever I want here. So I'm just kind of making a shape. This is a very rough, very, very rough kind of shape that I'm going to be doing. So it's just this huge, huge dark green wing. But I do feel like the green isn't that, I mean, I'll be adding more, but it's not that green, and I wish it was more green. So I might have a single eyeshadow that, ooh, I know. Wait, I think I know. Give me a second. 1 second. Oh, I have so much powder on me. I'm so glad I don't have my camera on so you can see how much of a calamity that I'm making. Okay, so I've depotted some of my just some colors I've had over time. So I've got these two colors from MAC, and this one's like this like really sparkly green. That's like black green, and then the other one is kind of like a forest green. You can't see them because it's too blown out by the light. See that top one? So that's possible. Then I've got some colors in this palette, which like honestly most of them will work. I think I'm gonna go with this one anyways. Just gonna be easier. I can add the sparkle at the end. Because I like sparkle. Yeah, this is doing a lot more what I want it to. And see, I already got some powder underneath, so it's good that I have that going on to help protect me. They're not quite even, but it's okay. With blending and with a little bit of faith, hopefully we can get them pretty close. Not really sure what I want to do in between, whether or not I want to do some like white or like some crazy like neon. Neon can be fun. Okay, and I'm going to get a smaller blending brush than this because this is going to be difficult because I don't have a whole lot of space right there. Okay, so this is not only smaller, but it's also a little bit stiffer. So it's going to be a lot more controlled in it, in the blending. Shape of that end where I couldn't do that with the larger brushes. Get a small but fluffy brush. to make that blend look a little nicer. Like, part of the reason I have so many fluffy, part of the reason I have so many brushes is because every time I see a good blending brush, I'm like, I must have it, because you never know when you're going to need that, like, one perfect fluffy blending brush to bring it all together, to do the work that no other brush could do. And, like, yeah, you can make it work with, like, other brushes, but, like, some brushes just do it so much easier that you don't have to put in that much work. And it's really nice. Oops, sorry. And I'm not as worried about what the inside looks like, even though on camera I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty good. Because I'm gonna carve it out with a brighter color, and I'm not too worried about that. It's really about what this outside looks like. Honestly, that cotton, using that cotton pad has messed me up probably more than anything else in this makeup. And I find that quite rude. Now, I've been using a really, really pale green for this, and I'm going to take that same green, and I'm going to start, well, first of all, I'm going to get rid of any that excess powder underneath the eye. And then I'm going to start a gradual green gradient underneath my eye. Gradual green gradient. I should be listening to some like alt music right now. Why are you not connecting? Hello? Are you dead? Are you dead? Let me try my other ones. I thought these worked like 3 seconds ago. So rude. Well, I guess it's good that I found out that they were dead before. Okay. Let's see. Put on some music. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. I guess I did think of it earlier. I just I forgot. Cool. Okay. Oh, sorry. Camera's not on. Lots of angles and drama. Something I like the look of that I haven't done in a while is when I flare out the bottom, kind of right at the top of the cheek. There's this like natural shadow that goes with it, and I just feel like it really gives some drama to. I mean, that's like a lot for what I normally do, but I just feel like it gives a natural dramatic look. Kind of like a butterfly. Butterfly. I don't know what that was. Okay, weirdo. And then I have like I have uh, the liquid liners, the water activated liners, and I can make a bright green with. Um, and it would be UV reactive, which it doesn't matter in this case. Or I have things like this green, this really nice metallic bright green. But let me do my eyebrows first, and then we'll kind of see what happens. And get rid of the excess powder on my forehead. And then here, so I have a button. Yeah. Now, because I left the front of my eyebrows available, the front of this eyebrow is a lot thinner than this one, so we need them to match. So even though they're not that thick, I'm gonna go a little bit thicker. It's like a bit with a lot of makeup. This is starting to give me a shape. Partly taking keep from getting half glued. So this is so something I don't do often is glue half my brows because I tend to have issues like this. Um, so but I always like forget why I don't do it because it just seems like it's gonna be so much easier. And then it's kind of a bitch now to cover. So this is a little bit hard to use on my covered brows because it wants to kind of lift things up. So I'm just tap of this thing. And I'm gonna put some black, you know, that's where we're at right now. We're just going black. And then I'm gonna take so this is black cream. This has been my like character cream contour wheel. So I want to start with this brow first because this brow is really going to be like leading what we do with everything. Mm-hmm. Weird. There. Okay, I feel like those are good enough. They're not even. They're not even. But if you know that this one goes up way too high, it's it's. I just have an expression that's built in. Let me try to even them out so nobody will pick at me. I always like try to act like I'm like very relaxed and I could be like this and I'm just not. I'm not relaxed. I'm not chill. I hate you. I hate you, bro. Take this. This is another shit. This is true. Bullshit. Okay. Think critically. What do we need to do? So we need to take the bottom and then okay. I think we're gonna get this done. just like a little cheat code. I feel like those are good enough considering that there's going to be other stuff going on in place. And I just, sometimes I really do have to fight perfectionism with like a case of the is this worth all of the like effort that I'm going to put into it? And like oftentimes it's not. And that's something that I feel like it slows me down when I'm, oh, here's my mixing brush cleaner. But it does slow me down when I'm doing makeup in person because I'm like, I can get to be like too focused, too eye on the prize with things. I'm also gonna do my mustache with that. Doing a little mustache. And then I'm probably gonna put some green in it when I do the brighter color. Okay, so I need to grab some uh, water for my water activated colors. So I'm gonna do that. One second. Need to be patient. That's good. And I clicked the wrong thing. Okay, so I have my bright yellow. So this is from Holograve Cosmetics, and this is the color Phosphor, and this is the color Luminol. So this is blue, and um, how much is it? They had half sizes and they had bigger sizes. So how much I thought I would use it based on this, and what they had in stock was kind of decided that I could do that. Okay. So let me find the brush I'm going to use before I start doing my mixing. Hey, Amy Bookman. I am getting all made up for the party. So I'm mixing a bright green to go here on my lid. Nice. So it can be a lot more yellow in this green. So I want it nice and bright. And then I can blind myself in the eye with that UV reactive flashlight that I have. Yes, so at 7 on the Crochet channel, we're having the holiday party, 7 p.m. Pacific. I don't know why it's not showing up. I have it scheduled on Restream. I've had it scheduled on Restream for like 5 days. Um, but but it's not showing up on my like upcoming lives, which I find a little annoying. So we're gonna hang out. I think we're gonna play party games. Honestly, I have made no plans to do anything. And then this is the kind of where we're going with the dark green. But and then we're gonna watch Edward Scissorhands. So if you want to come up, you're welcome to. It's just because I've asked a couple people. I think some people are busy, some people are sick. So it's just going to be whoever wants to come up, and then we're just going to hang out. Like I said, maybe play games. I'm really not sure what's going to happen. So that's just that's not giving me bold enough. I need bold. Um, your jammies and comfy. Nice. See, this is what I wanted, and I wasn't doing that. But no dressing up or anything. The two can handle us together. That is true. That's true. I don't want to. Might be a little bit dangerous to test it out, but if you ever want to, you know where I am. It's 100% of my life and my personality. Okay, so that's pretty cunty. Now we just are gonna try to do it on the other side. No, it basically has no blue in it at all. It's like it's pure yellow, but I ain't mad about it. It's really cute. little water, so it's a little bit more diluted, but it also flows a little bit better. Are we evenish? I think we are. I think we are. I just want it to be a little bit smoother because these are great as eyeliners, and I think that and I think it can be a little bit hard to get the consistency right for like painting your whole entire eyelid. Sometimes it takes a little bit of fiddling, and even then, I still like to set them with powders, even though a lot of people don't have to. Kind of comes down to that like small eye creasing situation that I have. I do like that these tend to stay a little bit more flexible so they don't get dry and crack in your lid. Let me take this down here. Mm-hmm. Now, you might be asking, you said you were going to do holiday makeup. How is this holiday makeup? Um, any makeup that you decide to do is holiday makeup if you wear it on holiday. I kind of went in knowing that I was just going to do whatever I wanted to, and I have done that. So I've delivered on my promise. Now, I mean, you can do just switch up any colors. I mean, if you switched up the yellow with red, like boom, doing like traditional Christmas colors, you could do instead of um, instead of the yellow, you could do white. You'd be more like a traditional like goth style makeup look. I mean, you can really do a ton of different things. I mean, I think the most alternative thing is just not doing the traditional set of colors or style or anything like that. Like that's why it's so broad for like what you can do and what it'll actually show up as. This is the kind of makeup that like, not necessarily the eyebrows. I didn't move my eyebrows when I was in high school and stuff, but like I would do this type of makeup, like literally going to school, like high school, like a lunatic, lunatic. Okay, so I want to put I want to put a little bit more liner type color on my eyelid. So I'm just gonna take that dark green. I blinked and it kind of made it a little bit bigger than I wanted, but it's kind of how the lashes blend in. Because I feel like whenever I've done a makeup look like this and I try to get a good picture, I can never get a good one if I don't put lashes on, which I hate that that's the reality. Because it just feels so wasteful to use lashes to for just like, to take a picture. You know? Even though you can reuse them, you know. It's like, I'm not sure I love what it did to the shape, but it's okay. Lashes are gonna go on. And it's gonna change it. So, I'm gonna take my brush and take little little yellow mustache, little mustard in the stash. Okay. So because I'm going with like a yellow and green palette, um, oh, for the first time. Oh, nice. We watched it yesterday. In the I watched it yesterday. In on my live. It was that it always makes me laugh so much. Um, so first I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna I'm pretty much like 100% like I know what I'm doing with these lips. And then I think I might do we're just gonna have to do all that. Did you like it? Okay, so I got these two colors that I could contour with. I got a little bit more like red in it, just a little bit. But I think I'm gonna go with this one. It's definitely a lot more deep um, than a lot of people who are as pale as me would go. Now I got the refill of it's from Lunatic Cosmetic Labs, single contour refill, and this is the dark cool. So this is a dark color. So, but I just wanted it to show up. It is cute for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna contour pretty heavily because I just think that sharp features look really nice with this style of makeup. Love the song. got my brush. Check on my nose contour brush. Now I have a brush that's like specifically made for contour. I don't have to use it, but I just feel like it. You know, this is serious when I find my contour, you know. Usually I'm just like, here's some color, whatever. This is the Morphe M164. It's slanted, it's stubby, it's thin. It's always like intimidating to do my nose contour like darker and like more noticeable because I don't like noticeable nose contour. Generally. It's so like I know that my mustache does not look real. Like I mean, granted, like I do have hair underneath there and everything, but like I know that, but like something about like doing like this, I'm like I look like my dad. Like just like having like a fuller mustache, I'm like I would like trip my brain up for a second. It's not my thing. Like it's just not like I know that it's just like work to blend it out and to carve it out and to do all the things, but I just don't like the way my nose like looks, and I've never really been like I need to do this on anyone else. Just to me, there's no way I'm gonna look at it and be like that's someone's nose and not just like it's a bunch of freaking makeup. But um, any little smudge. Also, I went in like a really dark color, which probably I love the song, but I do not want it on this playlist. Like it just like doesn't look good from the side. I know your secrets. Also, I have a kind of like a bony nose, and I feel like this just kind of exaggerates those features. I don't know. Someone out there likes it, but this is not that person. Okay, so I think that I'm going to do some like yellow blush. I really like yellow blush, and I think the best place to get it would be the yellow blush. I feel like it looks really good, and really And of course, my nose. Right before I had to do my nose. Life is tough. So I'm going in with 7. It's not quite the same uh, tone as this green or this yellow, but make it work. I feel like an kind of unusual color blush is always a good addition to any like editorial or like alternative look. It just instantly kind of makes things a little weird. You kind of can't put your finger on like why. So I really like adding unusually or unusual color blush. It's like, see, is that green? Yeah, that green would be good too. And once you start getting to colors that can be in bruises like yellow, purple, green, you just kind of want to be careful about your placement and the tone of it because it can start to look really like I got the shit beat out of me. Real fast. Okie dokie. So we're an hour away, so that's actually a good timing. Works perfectly. My lips are crusty and nasty. I need like a paper towel or something to get my lips. I use one of these, and it'll probably let me down. Yeah. And there's lots of lip shapes you can do. I feel like to me the most classic is like a pointy cupid's bow. And usually it's not a very full lower lip, but since I started doing that, I can't do it any other way. It's like it has broken my brain for good. So okay. So now that I've used the wand, with this particular shape, I need to use a brush. The lip is good. Cool. Punk rock. Well, this is not okay. And then I'm gonna go and touch up the outside with, let's see, how do we feel like this looks? Okay, so I definitely use lashes. I feel like maybe some glitter or like something. I don't know. I think it could use something, but I feel like that would be fun to give it a little bit more drama, a little bit more something. Or other. Um, Let me touch up the lips because if I don't do that, I'm definitely gonna forget. My lips are so dry. They're so dry. Oh, I did have that green that I could have like used to make it sparkly. I have glitter. I don't know. Do I have dark green glitter for dark green glitter? I, I love glitter. Get into my upper lip area a little bit there. This is about that time where like all the powder that I've ingested from doing my makeup just like is totally all up in my face. So I have these lashes right here, which I think are the ones I wear pretty frequently. Some glitter, and I also have some rhinestones. I've got this like bright green glitter that I've had for a million years, and I do love so much. It would definitely go well because it's the exact color. I've got another green, but it's not. Yeah, I think this would be good. I've got black, but it never shows up right. So I'm gonna double stack my lashes. I'm not gonna double stack my lashes. Too bad. I have these like studs and stuff. They're like nail art and stuff. They're cool, but I don't think so. White pink, and I have blue because this is from my when I did like the Trans Pride underskirt, maybe a million years ago. This one does not want to stick because there's like a hair or something. Fucking fucker. Sorry. Sometimes I'm just like, why can't you just be glued down? No, you can be rude. Okay, whatever. The band on these is a lot thicker, so they don't like to conform to the eye shape as much. But they can. Like that one just like literally just went on just fine. So sometimes they're just little baby bad bitches. I'm gonna throw this eyelash out the window. This hair, as long as I've had them, I think this one I cut just like a little bit too short, and it just doesn't like me for that reason. I can go back some black. I'm just gonna take that liquid lipstick. It's not sticky. The outside stuff, the inside didn't stick. There's like this hair. What? Why? Rude. Okay, so take the excess glue off of that. See, that one just was like, boop. Yeah, just how it be sometimes. We could do something under here to like open it up more if I really wanted to and really cared, but then don't today. And also, I feel like I do this a lot, where I'll like open it up like this, I'll do like the liner, and I'll have it go like that, and then do light or something like that. Classic drag, or like just any kind of like opening your eye a lot book. So it's not the most original method. There's this, but I do it a lot, especially because like my eyes are so small when I start to put lashes and stuff on. Even if they're not big, they just look a lot larger on me. Okay, I'm gonna cooperate. I have a feeling that the answer is no. Try moving it up a little because I think it cut too short. Okay, I think it's in the right place. I don't want to touch it while it's so wet and tacky. So I'm gonna leave it there for a second, and then if I need to go in and put any liner or anything to kind of make it work, then I will. They're even enough. Even enough. Okay, I'm gonna go back to that green. Where's that green? Where's the sparkle green? That's upside down. Mm. Found that cotton. I didn't realize how much lighter this one was. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the super glittery color. This was like a special collection that they had. It's not their normal eyeshadow. It's like a glitter shadow. I wonder if it works just with the or how it sticks with the. I feel like it would look good with some like glitter glue or something. So I'm gonna because if we're gonna put glitter on, I'm gonna put freaking glitter on. I understand. I'm trying to be quiet while you're counting. This is the most annoying part about crochet, for sure. I pretty much do anything I can to avoid counting decreases. What are you working on? Did you finish those Christmas tree hats, or is that what you're working on? I kind of want like a glitter mustache as well, but why not? Now the stuff will dry down, just like any other thing, pretty much. So, oh yeah, So we don't need that much. Go up into the front. I'm gonna totally change the shape of the front of this. I just genuinely have to do this. I don't think that this is the most ideal brush for this, but I like that it's kind of like subtly adding, adding the glitter and the color. Yeah, that changed it, but it's okay. Just making halves today. Oh, that's so nice. I'm not gonna put glitter on the eyelid because I'm not gonna use this glitter because I just because I already have the lashes on and they were such a pain in the ass. I don't want to do that. But you can see my see it lights up in black light. Yes, I have a black light that's a little thing because that's what one of the makeup companies told about and all that. Mm, yeah, so I think that this is it. So there's about 45 minutes until we're gonna meet on my crochet page, and then we're gonna hang out and stuff there. So yeah, and then I'm gonna be wearing my holiday sweater, and I want to put something on this. Sorry, I keep on adding stuff. Um, so yeah, so I'll be over there in a little bit, and we'll have our party. No, I think distracts me from the fact that my lips are much drier than I don't know. Something that's really dry. I couldn't think of anything in time, so that's what you get. But yeah, thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you